when I first started this, I made a video, and it's called Reparations is Real This Time. This reparations is real this time. All right, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm never going to erase those videos. That's my trial and error stuff. And it says support for bills HR 1 and HR 40 in Congress. And people were trying to get the reparations through. So this is my follow-up to that video. The settings. And funny enough, I'm still wearing my same house coat, my same house dress. There are men outside my window where I live, and they're the maintenance men fixing my little pom-pom. They're fixing the so I'm going to be cutting this video too. Right outside my window. They just got to my front. They just got to where my window, and they're doing maintenance on the bushes. But anyway, it's funny. I made this. You can see 5/24/21. That's how long ago I made that. Right? All right. So the update on my purpose of the reparations, because reparations is real, and there are people that are in Congress that are trying to do reparations. But my take on reparations and money for the people, because for the people, I'm changing the title. It's no longer going to be called I use Jergens. My mother's been using Jergens Rest Her Soul forever. Jergens and Vaseline on lips, on the face. So what happens is I'm no longer going to call For the People Fund. It is going to be called Money for the People Fund. Money for the People Fund is for everyone in America, including immigrants that have been here for 10 years and that have paid taxes into the system for 10 years under a Social Security card. Whether it's their card or not, if you have paid 10 years as an immigrant, not a migrant, people who have migrated here, they work under a different system. People who have a visa, they work under a different system. It's because some people work here and then they go back. Some people have a visa, they work here and they go back. So I'm talking about people who they come from another country, they got in line, and they went through the naturalization process, and they literally became citizens. So that is the difference between somebody who migrated here and someone who is working on a work visa. I'm talking about people who became United States citizens through the immigration process. That's one thing, that you are actually a citizen. Not someone who got in a boat and they migrated here. Those people are not actually citizens. So I just wanted to be clear on that. So if you've been here as an immigrant 10 years or more, and you've paid into the system 10 years or more, and you are 18 years of age or older, or you are a United States citizen and you are 18 years of age or more, Money for the People is who I am talking about. Now, if you're an adult and you can't manage your own finances, and someone else is managing your finances, it's no different than if you were on SSI and somebody is managing your finances. Obviously, if you're an adult and you have autism, then you have a guardian. Or if you don't, then the state has to be your guardian, or someone in your family is your guardian. But you still qualify because you're over 18 years of age. So reparations is what I'm talking about. The one-time payment of reparations for anyone who was born in 1990 or earlier. Okay, 1990, 1989, 1988, 1987. Okay, because some people don't understand. 1990 1990 or earlier. You were born before 1990. And the reason for that is because the racism that we experienced by the government. Okay, reparation is for people, is because we were discriminated against, and the harms that were done to us were done by the government. I'm not talking about somebody did something to you and you experienced racism by a person or by a group of people. That type of racism is still going on. You got to go after those people. I'm talking about reparations for what the government did to us, Black people. Okay. So just let me get that clear. I know that there are people that are still being get it all, because I don't want nothing getting on my feet. All right, so I know that there did I lose my train of thought? Yes. I know that there are things happening to damn it. I know there are things happening to people where people today where people are doing things to them. And I know there are things where the government can give people grants, and I know there are corporations that where there's systemic racism going on. But that's a corporation, and there are things that are still going on academically where the government is still there's systemic racism going on in the government because they're not distributing funds. But that doesn't call for financial reparations and to be given money for reparations because you've lost your culture, you've lost your language. Because as I've said, the language and stuff and your culture heritage that was lost, most of the people and the generation today, you wouldn't even be using your language had it been passed down to you anyway. Most of you are out there listening to Beyonce and rap music. You would not have had an interest in your culture, in your history. You're not. Roland Martin has Roland Martin Unfiltered. He has a show right now, Black Star Network, and he's trying to get young people interested in his show, and y'all don't even register to that. You're not interested. You're not putting your money into that. But let Beyonce release something, and y'all run and y'all buy her stuff up just like that. But he has to stand there and tell y'all over and over and over again, come on, young people. This is for you guys. You need to know about your history. You need to know about what happened. You can't erase the past because you won't know what happened so that you don't let it happen again. Nope. You're not interested in what happened. You have Michi X. She's doing the same thing. She's trying to teach y'all stuff. And so, you clowns want to go out there and buy rap music. You're not, and shake your ass on YouTube. So you're not interested in your Black heritage. You're not interested in your Black history. So I know you're not interested in your Black culture and your language that you used to have. You're not interested in it. So why should you receive reparations for it? You shouldn't. A lot of you don't even want to go to college. You don't. But those of you who do, you can get a grant for that. So you haven't lost anything, so you don't need to be paid for something that you're not even interested in the first place, where there's money behind it. Oh, pay us for it, compensate us for it, because you just want the money. But you haven't suffered the loss of it like the people in the earlier generations have suffered for it, and the loss of it. So you shouldn't be compensated for it. Okay. So anyway, this is the updated video, because the other thing is that future videos that I have coming out are going to show not only the hoax of inflation. The future videos that I have coming out will show that every single American and the immigrants that have been in paying taxes for 10 years or more, if we vote the one-time reparation and act for a weekly check in the amount of $1,776 for every American and immigrant under those terms, for that is tax-free and that is exempt. It is, in other words, it is not considered income. It is not to be counted, and it is to be exempt from everything. If you have arrears, if you owe child support, if you have arrears for child support, it is exempt. If you owe child support, it is exempt. If you owe a debt, it is exempt. If you have a lawsuit against you, it is exempt. If you owe taxes to the IRS, it is exempt. And don't look at me like I'm crazy. There's a reason for this. There is a reason for this. If you owe any type of debt, it is exempt. If you owe a student loan, it is exempt. It is exempt from everything. If you owe money to the government under any circumstances, it is exempt. You have to get the government, the senators that are in office, to make this money exempt from everything. If you are on SSI, it is exempt. If you receive any type of money from payment from the government, any benefit of any kind from the government, whether you receive benefits from veterinarian benefits, it is exempt. If you receive your SSDI, it is exempt. If you receive SSI, it is exempt. It is not considered income. It is not considered income. If you are on Section 8, it is exempt. If you get TRA, it is exempt. This money for the people is exempt, and it is an act, a permanent act. And you know why I'm saying this? Is because this $1,776 weekly payment that every citizen is to receive is because it is to get rid of the high inflation. They're going to give us the money, and the money is to be used, is to be spent to get rid of poverty. We're going to use the money, and we're going to spend the money to get rid of poverty. This way, we're spending the money and putting it back into the economy. Therefore, it will lower the price of doing business in America, and inflation will come down. The cost of business will come down. People can start their own business. Taxes will be paid. The more we spend money, the more taxes will be collected and put back into the system. Because, see, it's our taxes anyway. It's our tax dollars anyway. And so we're putting that money right back into the economy. And the reason I keep saying about the inflation being a hoax is because what are they doing when they pass a bill? They take our tax dollars and they spend our tax dollars. That is what they're doing. They're taking our taxes that we work for. They're taking that money and they're not borrowing against it. They are not borrowing our tax dollars. They're taking our tax dollars that they collect every month, every week. They collect tax dollars from us and they spend it. They allocate it. I'm going to tell you what else they do with that money. But they collect so much money from us. And sometimes you'll hear Bernie Sanders and you'll hear Elizabeth Warren say, we only need a penny. It is true. They only need to allocate a penny of the money because they collect so much money from us. A penny of what they collect from the tax dollars from us. A penny of every tax dollar that they collect from us every week is billions of dollars. But you can't fathom it because you don't understand how much money that is. Well, start to fathom it. Start to put it together. So they can have the one-time payment for reparations. They can allocate that and have that paid off in no time. This is how Bill Clinton was able to get rid of our debt. But this is how he did it. That's how he wiped out our debt, because he said, if I just put that money aside, I can pay off our debt. How could he possibly have paid off our debt? Everybody's saying, oh my God, that's so much money. Yeah. It's not so much money when you take all of the money coming in and you allocate the money and put it aside. If it's just my little pissed ass little check, it's a lot of money. But when you take my little pissed ass check and all your little piss ass checks and you put them all together, if you're collecting $300 million every hour, people, it's not a little piss ass check. So that's how you pay off the debt. And then interest on top of that. And you do it every day. Our Congress people are collecting billions of dollars. And then the interest on the billions of the dollars. So it'll blow your mind how much money of our tax dollars they're making and spending. This is how they're able to do all this big business with all these people. All of our money they're taking and they're blowing it. And then they tell us we can't do it because inflation is going to go up. Guess who raises inflation? A motherfucker sitting behind a desk with a pen. They raise inflation. He raises inflation. Every president has a person that they hire and they raise inflation. And then the business says, the business owners say, well, if you're going to raise inflation, the cost for me to do business goes up. Now I'm going to raise the cost of my product. And they pass that down to who? You and me. So that's why I keep telling you inflation is a hoax, because whomever the president is, all they have to do is instruct their person, don't raise inflation. As a matter of fact, the president can say lower inflation. And then the cost of business, the person and who's running their business, they don't have to raise the cost of doing business. It goes down. But we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that, because the people that we're going to vote in office, they can make a law that says it is illegal. We're going to make an act that says whomever the president is, they're going to instruct their person to lower what? Inflation. As a matter of fact, they can make a law that says we're going to do away with that position. Hi, everybody. We're going to get rid of the person that created inflation. Hello, everybody. Hello. Because inflation is a hoax, the cost of doing business. Who created that? I'm going to do a video when I do the rest of my stuff. All right, so I have to go. Because the cost of doing business doesn't have to cost. It only has to cost what it costs. Inflation doesn't have to make the costs go up. It only has to cost what it costs. If an aluminum can, if the cost to make an aluminum can costs $3, and inflation makes the cost of the aluminum can cost $15. Who made the can cost $15? A person made the can cost $15 because the goddamn aluminum still costs the same price. See, it's who you putting in office. It's who the president hired. Well, he's charging me that, so I'm going to charge. Well, the gas costs this, so I'm going to charge it. Yeah, but now I got to pay for the price of the yeah, but then he's costing me this, so I'm going to charge this. Well, now I got to add this price on to this. Yeah, kiss my ass with all of that. Inflation is a hoax. Because if you don't charge this, then he don't charge that. And if he doesn't charge this, then he doesn't charge that. And if he don't charge me this for this, then I'm going to charge him that for that. Right? Okay. So we're going to start charging each other all these extra costs. Okay. So, but it's who you're putting in office. It's who you're voting for. And this is the fascination with Donald Trump. Because people are tired of the Democrats and the Republicans, and they're greasing everybody's hands, and they're greasing the judges' hands, and they're getting these judges to sign this bullshit that says everything could be quiet and silence and silent deals and quiet deals, and this is why they're trying to get rid of Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland. This is what they're saying about unseal it, unseal it. This is why they're sticking with Trump. They're not, the people that sticking with Trump are not stupid. This is what they're saying. That it's a hoax. It's this. They're going after him. This is why they look the other way. No matter how many pussies he grabbed, no matter what. But see, the problem with what they're doing is because they understand about Donald Trump. They're not stupid. They don't have the blinders on. But the problem with them sticking with Donald Trump is he is a danger to the country. And he's saying, but I gave you a wall and I this and I that. Okay, but the motherfuckers are going over the wall, under the wall, around the wall. But they're saying, but look, there's a wall, there's a wall. Okay, but he's selling us out and he's a danger. But he's not stopping anything. There's just as many illegal aliens in this goddamn country as there ever was. He ain't doing nothing for them. But they can point to a wall. They can point to it. It's all a hoax and it's all a show. But the danger with Donald Trump is he is selling out the country. But I understand because he's giving them something. And then the bottom line is they're not getting the money and they're not getting what they want, but the motherfuckers are lying to us. We're not getting the reparations and we're not getting our money either. But what they're saying is we're going to stick with Donald Trump because we're tired of these lying motherfuckers. We're tired of these Democrats. We're tired of these Republicans. And we're tired of these independents. We're going to stick with Donald Trump because we know that these motherfuckers are lying to us. And we are done with them. We're done with all of them. But if you go with Donald Trump, they're going to take the land. They're going to take the country because they want this land. They've been wanting this land for so long. And so when you get Donald Trump's people in there, they're going to get in there and they're going to undo the Constitution. When they undo them laws and when they undo the Constitution, all hell going to break loose. And all those 37 million people that voted for Donald Trump, because they are not German. They are not of German descent. And then those that are really true German descent, you're gone anyway. Why? Because you've been inbred. You've been mixed in. And they don't trust you. So you've been Americanized. You're not used to their ways. And you're going to want your American ways. Even Donald Trump's daughter, she don't even realize that. Donald Trump's daughter and Ivanka and her kids, who you married to Jared Kushner. That can't happen. That's not going to go. She's a sacrificial lamb. They ain't going to accept Kushner, him, his daddy, their money. They don't give a fuck. So this video, once I edit it, it's the and like I said, the black people, blacks for Trump, you already know what's gonna happen to you. Strange fruit. You better go back and get that Billie Holiday song. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen to you? But that's what they want. And that's the danger of supporting somebody like Donald Trump. But I understand it because you're so frustrated with the rest. But the answer is to vote them out. But we are all so divided. But you got to be united because the only thing that we have is this soil, is this land. And I said it in my other video. The reason why they said you have to be same sex to get married is because way back when, whomever you married owned your land. And that is the only reason why they put in the Constitution that you have to be man and woman to get married. That's why they did that. Because back then, when a man married a man, you could be from another country, get married, because they did have same-sex marriage way back when. Bet y'all didn't know that. And then you kill your husband, and now somebody from a foreign country owns your land. Bet y'all didn't know that. They had same-sex marriage back in the day. But in the United States, they said no. They said no. They said no. You got to be a man and a woman, and you have to, the word literally is in there in the Constitution. You have to be able to procreate. I think I'm lying. Look in it. It says the word procreate. They put that in there for a reason, because if you could not have a baby, the marriage was not valid. So that means you couldn't be barren, because some women couldn't have babies. And so they would have a woman from marry a man, and if they kill her ass. So that's why you had to be able to procreate. And if you didn't have that baby, and that was because they wanted to make sure that some woman didn't marry somebody and then they just kill off the woman, and there was no heir to leave the land to. But you had to be an American. See, all of this shit was to protect the land. Why? Because the Asians were always trying to get North American. The Germans and the Russians were always trying to get this land. This shit been going on for centuries. This ain't new. Now, what did the Democrats just do along with the Republicans? They just passed the Inflation Act. The Inflation Act sold our land. I was watching the guy from Canada. I forget his name. The National Rational. And nobody watched Bernie Sanders. I don't know why y'all didn't make him the president. Elizabeth Warren was my candidate. And when they knocked her out, I was going to vote for Bernie Sanders. And the only reason I wasn't supporting him because he keeps saying he's independent. And I don't like that. Be one or the other. This independent shit. Because really he's a Democrat. You just don't want to say he's a Democrat. And I understand why. But anyway. So he did like I don't know, like a 30, 35 minute breakdown of the Inflation Act that they just passed. And I think it was the pharmaceutical company. And the pharmaceutical companies are foreigners. Was it the pharmaceutical company? I got to go look at the video. Don't quote me. But in that Inflation Act, you can quote me on this. First of all, your insulin is still $1,200, but instead of $35, the Republicans knocked that out. Okay. They sold the land. The United States country, the land of the United States is sold. I don't know how much of it, but there's quite a bit in exchange for the 10 drugs that they are going to lower in 2026. They're going to lower the drugs, not even significantly, just a little bit. And in exchange for lowering the drugs, those motherfuckers get to own the land that they're going to build a pharmaceutical plant on. Why do you get to own the land that you're going to build a pharmaceutical plant on? And why can't they put something in there that says that the United States can take it back for eminent domain so that we can at least get the land back? I think they put something in that you can't even get that back, so that we can take the land back. Like if we wanted to build a highway or if we needed it like for an emergency or something, it's theirs. And they're like they're foreigners. It belongs to it. Literally, our land, wherever they put that manufacturing company to build it, that land literally belongs to that foreign country. Why does our land belong to the foreign country? If you take swatches of our land and you give it to a foreign country, then the goddamn country belongs to the foreigners. So I was talking to somebody and they said, why does Bill Gates own farmland? And he bought up all this farmland and these cows are dying on the farmland. Okay, I'm off topic. No, I'll probably cut it from the video anyway. And he bought all this farmland, and he did this and he did that. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, I don't know why he did this. I don't him and Melinda Gates, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, well, and at the end of the day, I'd rather he own all this goddamn land. I don't think he's gonna sell us out. I don't think he's gonna sell us out to anybody. Fuck. At least I hope not. But I'd rather he be an American and own it. But the problem is, no matter who owns what land in America, if China and Russia and oligarchs and Donald Trump and all these other billionaires and sheiks and shit keep coming over here and buying America and buying because when they buy these buildings, they don't just buy the buildings, they buy the land. If America is going to be owned and the land is going to be owned by foreigners, then the country belongs to them. Don't worry about people migrating over here. The United States of America belongs to others. Then it's their land. Then it's their country. And they can do what they want with their land. They can do what they want with their country. So at the end of the day, it's just a matter of the fact that they are no longer making the laws. And this is why I say, anybody that's been in Congress 30 or 35 years or more need to go, because they are the ones that cause this. They are the ones that's selling us out, because they are the ones that have the stock in the countries, in the foreign countries. They're looking after their own interests and the interests of their kids. These are their companies. These are their businesses. This is why they want to stay in power. Do you not get it? I know the 37 million people that's following behind Trump, they don't get it, because they think Trump's going to build a wall and keep people out the country. Trump is one of them. Trump is one of those people. And they don't get it. Trump got companies all over the goddamn country, all over the world, not just the United States. This is why Trump is doing business with everybody. Oh, Trump's a wonderful businessman. No. Trump is one of them. Trump is one of the Clintons. Trump is one of the Bushes. Trump is one of the Pelosi's. Y'all champion Trump as if he's not one of them. That's what I'm telling you. Trump is not stupid. He got 37 million people thinking that he is not one of them. He's one of them. And y'all clapping at him, and they can't say nothing about him. The Pelosi's can't come out against Trump. The Schumers can't come out against Trump. The Clintons can't come out against Trump. They can't. That's what they do. They sit there with their mouth shut. They can't come out against one another. They got to sit there and say, oh, he's good. He got him. The Bidens can't come out against Trump. They are all in the same goddamn boat. Y'all act like he's somebody different. The Bushes can't say nothing. The Cheneys can't say nothing. They can't say nothing against him. They are all in the same boat. He is no different than them. He is them. They are him. Now, when he break the law, they all got to look like this. They all got to do this. That's what they got to do. because that's the way the way the game is set up. When you go rogue, and right now he's going a little rogue. He's going a little rogue because you're not supposed to turn against the United States. And that's what Trump is doing. If Trump had never went rogue and turned against the United States, but guess what? He's a sore loser. And so this is why. Just like when Gore lost, he was supposed to do what Gore did, humble himself and go away and hang around the outskirts of the rich. But he didn't. He went over there and played with Putin. He still would have made his money. He still would have made his riches. He still would have been hanging out in the circles, but he didn't want that. He didn't want to take his ball and go home. And now he just stole secrets and sold them to the sheik. You don't do that. That's what you don't do. Because guess what? All those families and all those names, they don't look like me. Some of them do, but most of them look like y'all. Because they don't do business with us. They do business with the people who they can't tell. All the double agents don't have dark pigment. All the double agents and the triple agents, some of them got the dark skin, but most of them got the pigment don't look like mine. And Donald Trump just sold all their information and put them in jeopardy. Like, wow. Fuck you do that at? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? For what? It's not for money. The man has money. It's not for revenge. He ain't going to jail. Well, he might now. But before he took the box, he wasn't going to jail. Think about it, people. Those of you that are supporting him, before he took the box, he got away with everything. You 37 million people that are supporting Trump, before Donald Trump took the box, he got away with everything. So why take the box? This was not for revenge because nobody was putting him in jail. Who was putting Donald Trump in jail? He got away with everything. Nobody was putting him in jail before he took the box. This is a question for you Donald Trump supporters. Before Donald Trump took the box out of the White House and held on to it for 15 months, he was not being prosecuted for a crime. So what was the purpose of taking the box? He got away with the Mueller investigation. He got off. They tried to impeach him twice. He got off. So he wasn't looking at time. Even the investigation with the lady in New York, that was only civil. So the most that would have happened to him, maybe he would have paid a fine. He wasn't looking at any jail time. You 37 million people that are supporting Trump, he was not looking at jail time. Nobody was trying to assassinate him. Stop it. So why would he take a box? Top secret. Why? This was not for revenge. And y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself that you're supporting this man, that most of y'all have people in your family that were in the service, in the armed service. Some of y'all have people that were double agents. And they coming to kill you motherfuckers. He just sold out your family. And y'all still giving them money. Y'all still supporting them. They're coming to kill your family because of this man. They're coming to wipe your family out. And you still supporting him. You don't care about your family? You don't care about your fellow American? Why are you supporting him? Why are you supporting him now? Because he put up a fence? He put up a fence? He put up a gate? There are more of them here now. Well, more of them here when he was in office than ever before. Well, all you have to do is go to your polling place and vote the people out. That's it. Just vote the people out. I know you don't like Democrats. I don't like them either. But I needed Medicaid. Easy. Look at. All right, my dentist messed this one up. She got to fix that. But look at. All right, most of these are mine. Let's have that. Okay. That's a thing that come in and out. But most of them are mine. But still. All right. But and then I had, stuff with my back and stuff. And shit. I worked all my life. Okay. So I paid for these. It's just not free. God damn it. I bust my ass working. I'm 53. God damn it. Nobody gave me nothing. I paid into the tax system. Worked 2 and 3 jobs at a time until I injured myself. But not everybody can work. I took care of my kids by myself. But and happily so, not begrudgingly so. Nobody forced me to get pregnant. And I didn't raise my kids on welfare. But when I needed welfare, I got on welfare. Welfare was there because we all paid for taxes. We all paid into taxes. Medicaid is there because we paid taxes collectively. And thank God it is, or I wouldn't be able to have teeth. I wouldn't be able to have those because I got this, relationship with candy. Did I tell y'all I gained my weight back? Lord have mercy. It's okay, but I'm going down again. Fat arms. But they're going down. Ouch, that hurts. That hurts so bad. All right. Anyway, what time is it? All right, I got things to do. But anyway, this is the update. The update to my video. And I've gone off course, so I'm going to cut and dice and cut. And so I can make this like 2 or 3 videos. Have a nice day. Stay